As an experienced player concerned about the upcoming release of Tanki Online Classic, it's natural to question whether or not this initiative is a genuine effort to improve the game or merely a cash grab. Here are some points to consider. The developers have acknowledged the community's desire for a return to the classic gameplay experience. In the recent vlog episodes, they've discussed plans for Tanki Classic, indicating the willingness to engage with players' feedback. However, specific details about monetization strategies remain unclosed. The current state of Tanki Online has faced criticism for unfriendly to free-to-play players. The success of Tanki Online Classic will heavily depend on its monetization approach. A model that balances revenue generation with fair play is crucial. Some community members believe that reducing monetization intensity could attract a larger player base, potentially increasing overall revenue. While there is an anticipation for Tanki Online Classic, the exact release date has not been confirmed. It's important to monitor official announcements for updates on the development progress and timelines. According to the Tanki Online developers, Tanki Online Classic aims to recapture the essence of the original game, striking the right between the nostalgic elements and the necessary modern improvements that will be key to satisfying both veteran and newer players. Knowing all of this information, now I do have a few speculation questions I may have asked the developers, or questions in general that most or majority of the Tanki Online community has. Now for the topics you're interested for, you could check the timestamps in the description down below. Let's start with the first one, monetization and free-to-play balance. How will monetization of Tanki Online differ from the current version of Tanki Online? According to Hazel, it says that majority of the prices will be much cheaper, especially for premium, but I have speculations that Tanki Online might not deliver like how they usually do in the normal Tanki Online. If they really wanted to deliver, they would have done it by now. Will free-to-play players have a fair and competitive experience, or will premium players have a significant advantage? Looking at the current state of Tanki Online, if you see the more you pay, the more broken arguments you get, therefore having a much better experience than someone that is completely 100% free-to-play. And the final question that I do have is, will there be any paywalls or accessing certain maps, events, or game modes behind paywalls? We've been currently told about nothing about events from what I've seen and I've heard from people. Who knows, I might have missed out on something, but do write in the comments if you have heard about any events in Tanki Online Classic. Moving on to the next topic, gameplay and nostalgia factors. Will the core gameplay mechanics be a direct copy of the normal Tanki Online, or they are planned monetizations? From the looks of it right now, skins seem to be the more pay-to-win version compared to if someone didn't have a skin. So that's still up in the air right now. We'll get more information about it soon. Will features like self-damage, freeze mechanics, and other OG gameplay elements return? From the looks of it, freeze should be the only turret that will freeze enemies, and Firebird should be the only turret that burns enemies up. Features like self-damage with Thunder and Hammer might be an option, but who knows, anything could happen, or we could expect anything from them. Community engagement and developer transparency. Will the developers be more involved with the community feedback this time around? And if so, how? Will there be a public test server for beta access for players before full release, so we could make an honest review about this game? And will Tanki Online have an active anti-cheat system to prevent hackers and exploiters like in pro battles for normal Tanki Online? And finally, will classic players from the Flash version have any form of recognition or compensation in this version? From the looks of it, it looks like not, because everyone's starting from scratch, so we'll completely scrap that. I'm hoping Tanki Online starts in a better anti-cheat system, either be a IP hack ban system, or something like Vanguard would be a very good option for them. Next set of questions, clan events and competitive play. Will clan battles and esports tournaments be supported in Tanki Online? Is there a possibility that we could see a 1v1 hammer tournament or something like that? It would be pretty nice. Will we see old school community-driven events return, like parkour contests and team-based battles? From the looks of it, who knows? Will the matchmaking system be skill-based or rank-based? Are there plans to keep Tanki Online separate from modern Tanki Online, or will they be integrated in any way? What lessons have the developers learned from the failures of the current version of Tanki Online that they will apply in Classic? And here come the speculative hard-hit questions that I do want to ask the developers. Why should veteran Tanki Online players trust the developers this time around after years of dissatisfaction with the modern Tanki? Is this project primarily a nostalgic revival, or a long-term roadmap beyond a short-term release? Next question, what guarantee do we have that Tanki Online Classic won't be similar to another monetized mess like the current game? Are there any backup plans if the community reacts negatively to the monetization or gameplay changes? And finally, how can we make sure that this isn't just a short-term cash grab, and that this game will properly maintain long-term? These are a few questions I do have for the Tanki Online developers if they could clear this up in the next few vlogs. And now I'm going to give you my rant about this Tanki Online Classic. I feel like what they're trying to do is they're trying to take older players or players that have been playing from the beginning and start a completely new game, bringing us back to the early days of 2015. Now, from the looks of it, since they've been talking about overdrives or skins being related to more powerful overdrives like removing supplies, I feel like they might just integrate modern Tanki and basically make Tanki Online Classic Tanki 2. Now, this is just my speculation, but I don't have any high hopes since Tanki Online has been nothing but monetized and power creeping of older arguments. Please do keep in mind these are just my questions or questions that I've been asked about Tanki Online Classic. I'm hoping that they do something good about this and not be a completely form of slop. As for always, I'll see you guys all in another video. If you have any comments, do ask them in the comments down below. If you have any expectations from Tanki Online Classic, do also mention them down below. As for always, I'll see you guys all in another video. Peace out.